Well, good morning and welcome to a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus and happy leap year. Every year we talk about there's 364 days in a quarter, and this year we got the fifth day. So happy leap year to you. So we're going to be spending about the next 45 minutes together, putting some beauty on the outside and enjoying some beauty on the inside. The foundation verse for this podcast is Psalm 119, verse 11. I have hidden your word in my heart, that I might not sin against you. And no, you are not required to sing that song, but we just started out this way this morning. Okay, so typically I share with you a coloring book link at this point. More to come on that. I'm hoping that all gets wrapped up today. So, in total transparency and a little bit of painful honesty this morning, I did not make it happen with memorizing completely the verse this week. So, we're going to look at the verse from the previous week and then this last week's verse. And then together, we're just going to be a little more diligent about memorizing, because for us to get the entire book of James memorized, we can't drop this ball too many times. So let me get that on the screen now. And we're going to start with verse 1, which was from episode 1. And that is, let me see if I can get it over here. Oh, it's not actually on there. Okay, so it's on your screen right now. So I, James, am a slave of God and the Master Jesus Christ, or Jesus, writing to you, the 12 tribes scattered among the kingdom. Hello. All right, and that is James 1:1. And then last week we did James 1, 2 through 4, I believe. And so it's going to kind of be split up on your screen. So let's just look at it together and say it together. And then I'm going to be a little more diligent about it this week. So I tell you what, I commit to you. Every day I'm going to have a different kind of assignment task thing for you to do. Don't worry, it'll be fun, so that we can get that book of James memorized. So consider it a sheer gift, friends, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides. Hello. That was an ad lib by me. Okay, so you know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything prematurely. There you go. Let it do its work so you become mature and well-developed, not deficient in any way. And that was James 1, 2 to 4. So this week, we're going to be working on the next section of scripture that's going to be broken up into two little screens as well. So let's look at that screen together and say that together. If you don't know what you're doing, pray to the Father. He loves to help. You'll get his help and won't be condescended when you ask for it. Ask boldly, believingly, without a second thought. People who worry their prayer are like wind-whipped waves. Don't think they're going to get anything from the master that way. Adrift at sea, keeping all their options open. And today that's going to be James 1, 5 to 8. Well, all week it'll be James 1, 5 to 8. So let me move that. You're going to see that piece of scripture scrolling across the bottom of your screen today. And as we put on our makeup, we're just going to be at different times taking a look through that verse and saying that verse together, kind of as a way to time out our makeup application. So let me just say, we are going to get a great lash curl in today. All right, so our theme today is going to be the violets. That is from Juvia's Place. You know, if you've been hanging with me for any length of time, that I love to make sure that we work our way through palettes, and we're going to use just about every color in that palette. Now, we're going to dip our toe in the sweet pinks just a little bit, but the violets is going to be our theme for today. So for this look, you can really use any color that you want, any palette that you want, or individual colors too. You're going to need a light, a medium, and a dark, and that's what you're going to need to accomplish this. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to tell you that I stuck a couple extra things on my tray this morning, that we may or may not add in, depending what happens as we go along. So for today, you can see my hair is all up in my face, so I'm just going to clip that bad boy back, or Delilah, I should say, because you know that's my hair's name. Okay, so we're just going to clip Delilah back, so we got a free and clear space to work with this morning. We are going to start out with our Urban Decay All Night Primer. Oh, I can hear some of you dinging already. Let me get over and get that chat turned on. There we go. Good morning to you. I can hear you dinging in there. So feel free to ask any questions that you'd like. Whatever platform you're on, just ask it in the chat that's available to you. And it should come up here and pop for me so that I can hear that and I can get you going and get your question answered online. All right, so Urban Decay All-Nighter Primer, and this is just their original face primer. I do have different ones that specialize in different things. So if you're concerned about SPF, you're not getting that in your foundation, you need more hydration, you want a dewy finish, you want a matte finish, whatever, we got you covered. So come see me in my store in Midlothian. Yes, you will get to see me in person if I'm there. And so we're going to use this. Literally one pump of this is going to do your whole entire face. So we're just going to work in between the tips of our soft fingers there. And any place that you have a little bit of texture to your skin, maybe your foundation has a tendency to slide around a little bit, especially around the lips. Older skin like me, it's going to keep the lipstick in, keep the foundation out. So use that over the edge of your lip line there. MAC also has a great lip primer. If you experience a lot of that creeping, seeping stuff happen, try that lip primer because I think you'll like that. All right. We're going to now switch to our concealer. I am using the IT Cosmetics. This is the Bye Bye Under Eye. I am the shade, sorry, contacts in today, can't read, 11 Light Nude. And come in, we got testers for this. We can get y'all matched up if you don't have a color that you like. And we're just going to use a little ribbon of that. This works better when you let it heat up to your body temperature a little bit. So we're just going to get it where we want it about. I'm using this to help reduce redness, to get that darkness around my eye. And then we're going to go back over this with the foundation because we want to conceal the area, but not like elevate it and make it stand out. So this is not a highlighting technique. This is a concealing technique. So we're going to put that there. Ooh, I had a tissue. Where did she go? Okay. Hang on just one second. There we go. Gotta love rolling chairs, right? I know, not gonna lie. Every time I get a new chair, I have to do a twirly thing around the room because rolling chairs are fun and because I'm a child. All right. So I have dampened my beauty blender. This is the Once Upon a Blend. It starts out a beautiful green color. Has this cool stand that comes with it. Looks kind of like a fairy tale. So you can set that on there. It doesn't, get your, whatever surface you do your makeup on, doesn't get it all gooped up or anything like that. Okay, so we're going to start out with the pointy end because concealer has had a chance to adjust to our body temperature. And using that pointy end, we're just going to blend that out. Good morning. And the great thing about that little pointy tip is you can really get in the corner like that. There you go. And then we're just going to soften the edge of that. Kind of using it like a primer on the lid as well. So just kind of blending that over onto my lid. Trying to conceal that redness over here. I know. They got the green stuff and you can use that too. IT Cosmetics right now has a really nice Bye Bye Redness Serum. And let me tell you, I've done that on the back of my hand. And it is amazing how much your hydration increases and then also how it really legit reduces the red. So if you have rosacea, or maybe your skin just gets agitated easily, or maybe you have a constant state of, just pinkness, redness to your skin, I encourage you to give that a try. So it is a serum. So you would do your cleansing first, put that serum on, put your moisturizer on the top, then do your makeup. So it's really beautiful. So liked it, very lightweight. So it doesn't matter what your skin type is. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the Lancome. This is the Tinty Doll. I am the shade 225N. What is that called? Can't read it. Anyways, 225N. So we're gonna give that just a little bit of a shake, get that mixed up. And we're gonna use partial pumps here. So literally, we're just gonna go whoop, like that. And then we're just gonna work our way around our face. There is no magic to what order you do this in. Just make sure you hit everything. And we're just doing kind of a pouncing tapping. We do not want to end up with a expensive beauty blender. We just want to end up with that foundation blended all around our face. All right, another partial pump. There you go. Making sure we get down to that chin, blending up into that concealer. There we go. Just kind of tapping that around. And then another partial pump. And we're going to catch right under that jawline there and blend that out. There you go. We do not want any harsh lines where that foundation is ending, so just blend that out ever so slightly. Another partial pump. This will be our last one. We're going to catch our forehead on this. Just kind of tap that bad boy around there. There you go. Going to blend that up into that hairline though, so you don't end up with any like a ring of foundation there. There you go. Right, more of a tapping than, there you go. Working it around the brows, catching it right where we had that concealer put in. You are now done with your foundation. I think I shared with you this last week, but I have been testing out the Hourglass powder. This is their Veil. I'm super happy about this. Love this with a triangle puff. So this one has like this funky little top right here, and then that. So you're just literally going to take it. I don't know how it magically does it. It just automatically does it. But take it and give it a couple taps upside down, and the right amount of powder is going to be delivered into that reservoir for you. So I know it's a beautiful thing. So that tip, we're going to start out with that pointy end. I just like to kind of work out what's in the lid so that ends up clean. All right, so going to get around that eye area, inside corner. Working around under the eye, setting that concealer and foundation we've put up underneath there. There you go. Then we're going to switch to the round, wider end of this. You're just going to give it a couple of taps. Again, no magic to what order you go around your face. Just make sure you cover every spot. I just have a tendency to kind of work around the same way I put the foundation on. Then that way I can't forget anything. Yes, it is a theory. You are right. And then we're going to set under where we had that foundation for that blend out to our neck. There we go. Once you have got foundation powder set on everything, you are good to go with the next step, which is our contouring. So today I'm going to be using the NARS. This is the Laguna 2. Beautiful bronzer, a little to the cooler side more than the warm side, which works great for me. I'm going to be using an IT Cosmetics brush. It's actually a foundation brush, but don't worry, a brush is just a brush. You can use it for whatever you want to. So this end right here, we're going to do with the bronzer. This end here, we're going to do with the highlighter. So we're going to start out with the flat side here, and then we're going to move to the edge. So starting with the flat side, I'm just going to cover my hair there so I don't end up with that there. And we're just going to kind of curve that around a little bit here, just above where the recessed part of my jawline is there. I guess that would be tooth, not jaw. Anyways, you can see what I'm doing. All right, still using that wide side. I'm going to catch the other side here. All right, now we're going to switch to the flat end here. And we're going to get it on that one side and work it under that jawline. This is going to give an illusion of more jawline than we actually have. And I didn't actually use the flat side for the forehead, so we're going to skip it, flat side, forehead, right up into that hairline like that. There you go. We're lucky I didn't forget because I got out of order, right? Hey, y'all don't need to comment back like that. Okay, going back to this part here, we are going to give our nose a little more shape than we currently have. Now, if you have a beautifully chiseled nose, you can skip this part. If you got a schnoz like me, there you go. Skinny that bad boy up. All right. We're going to switch now to this is the MAC Double Gleam Skin Finish Elimination something. Anyways, it's a highlighter. So whatever highlighter you have, that's what you're going to use here. We're going to use this part of the brush here. And we're going to hit the top of that cheek and go right beside the brow right there. There you go. And then we're going to load that just a little bit and catch right down the center of the face. Okay. I'm going to grab a blush brush now. This one is an IT Cosmetics. No, actually, this one's a MAC. 103, 183, something like that. We're going to use just the tip of that. We are using the Juvia's Place. This is the Blush Volume 4. Love these blush colors. Very pigmented though, so just give it a tap tap and you are going to be good to go. So I'm going to be using this one here, and literally you're going to go tap tap and you are good. So we're going to use that right between the bronzer and the highlighter, and then right up between the two on the side there. See, tap tap, plenty. Okay, tap tap. There you go. And whatever you have left on your brush, just work that up in that forehead a little bit. Blend that down. Tip of the nose, bottom of the chin. And just blend until you have the desired look. All right. So that is about good for us. Now, we are going to say our verse together at this point. So let's run because it's on your screen right now. If you don't know what you're doing, pray to the Father. He loves to help. You'll get his help and won't be condescended when you ask for it. Ask boldly, believingly, without a second thought. People who worry their prayers are like, sorry, I'm reading a little fast, wind whipped waves. Don't think they're going to get anything from the master that way. Adrift at sea, keeping all your options open. James 1, 5-8. So, a little bit of a spanking in our verse today, huh? But with that spanking comes the what to do right. So what is it to do right? It is, don't just pray thinking, chunking it out there with no faith in it whatsoever. You need to believe that it's going to happen and trust that God is going to do what he says. So a little bit of exciting news in that prayer today, along with a little admonishment. Okay, so we're going to move to our lips now, and we're going to be using two different colors. So I'm going to be using, both of these are MAC. And they just redid their lipsticks, and let me tell you, if you have not come in and seen their new shade colors, highly encourage you to come and test them out. Absolutely beautiful. Love the new formulation because it's a little more hydrating. Even the matte ones, which perform and look like a matte, but they actually hydrate your lips. So I think it's coconut oil they added. Anyways, come try them out. You're going to totally love them. And then their Viva Glam. My gosh, there is one of those whose shade names I do not remember off the top of my head today. But there is a new nude in that new Viva Glam shade, and it is spectacular. Okay, so today we're going to be using two different ones. We're going to be using the dark smoked purple first, and then we're going to fill in the inside with heroin. But we're going to start out with a NYX lip liner, and this is in the shade of Amethyst. Just a nice purple liner. So we're going to ride right on the edge of our lips here to give us the most real estate possible. So just start out with just like a generic, just a flat line. There you go. I know I do usually start out with a Cupid's bow. That is correct. I lost my head for a moment, but just make sure that you get a nice little heart shape in that Cupid's bow. There you go. Give a look back. Make sure you got both sides even. I think I got a little more rounding over here, so let me go here. There you go. Much better. So now you're going to take your lip pencil and with just a little bit lighter pressure, line just to the inside of what you just did. Adding that extra little bit of lip liner is going to, number one, keep your lipstick from creeping out. It's going to extend the wear of your lipstick, and it's just going to kind of even out that color a little bit. So if you're doing an ombre lip, you can still do that. Just make sure that you're dragging your finger over that inside edge to kind of soften the look of that. In our case today, what we're going to be doing is completely covering over that lip liner, so you're not really even going to see the lip liner. So we're going to start out with that beautiful smoked purple, and that's going to go on the outside edge of the lips. And then, like I said, we're going to come back in with the heroin and fill out that middle. All right, so right on the edge of that lip line. Completely covering over that lip pencil. Now let's get the bottom there. And yes, of course, you can do this with a lip brush. If you don't have a nice steady hand, you want to use smaller strokes. Maybe you don't have a nice tip on the edge of that lipstick. I mean, you can like round it down so that you get a nice tip on there. A lot of waste of lipstick. But yes, you can use a lip brush to do this as well. Whatever it is that works for you, that's what you need to do. Now we're going to take heroin, which is a lighter kind of lavendery purple, and we're going to fill in where we didn't just put lipstick. There you go. And just blend those together a little bit. I'm actually going to come in on the Cupid's bow a little bit here. There you go. So you can see it's just kind of a subtle ombre look, but it just gives your lips a little more of fullness when you just take that extra moment to do that. All right, now we are going to jump in for some fun with the pinks and the violets, our theme being the violets. So we're going to dip into that the pinks just a smidge, just to get our upper brow bone a nice light color. So I'm going to be using an all-over shadow brush. This is Cosmetics. I think this is actually a concealer brush, but again, a brush is a brush. Okay, so in the pinks, we're going to use this lighter color right here. And that is just going to go up on our brow bone so that we have some kind of a base up there with which to blend the lavenders in. So we're just going to give a little bit there. Also kind of breaks up the monotony of so much purple. So we just need a little bit of something there. And we're going to work all the way up to it. So we don't really need like, you don't need a darkness of that. It's just going to be a light kind of pink color. There you go. Okay. Now that we got that going, going to set that brush down. Going to grab an all over eyeshadow brush. And this one has a little bit of orange on it from whatever it was I was working on last. We're going to set aside the pinks palette. And now we're going to grab the violets. So we're going to start out in this shade here. There we go. This shade here. And then we're going to work a little bit of this one here And then we're going to finish out with just a little bit of that one there as kind of an accent color on the outside edge. And then also around under the bottom of the eye as we do our eyeliner. So it's going to help assist our eyeliner have a little bit more depth and dimension to it. So all over shadow brush, we're going to go in this shade right here to start out with. So just going to get a little shadow on there. And we're going to work about halfway on our eyelid here. So we're going to go from that inside corner. There we go, making sure we catch that there. All the way up to just a little bit above that brow bone. Right about there. There you go. And halfway across. Okay, maybe a little more than halfway. There you go. There you go. So all the way up to here. And then all the way down. Just going to fill in that one color. And then that was so much fun. Let's do that on the other side too. I know I'm getting lots of you saying, I just love purple. Me too. That was my mother-in-law's favorite color. Okay, just making sure we get that all the way to the inside corner. We are making sure also that you have your duster brush. So at this point, any fallout you've got, you can just wipe that away. I don't know what state or country you're in right now. Here in Texas, we got like the psycho weather happening. So today we've got cold weather and wind and allergies. Woohoo! Okay, so now we're going to, you can pretty much just use that same brush. Just use the same brush you got. And we're going to dip into this one right here. And that one we're just going to use a little bit. I would just put it on just on one side of the brush. You don't need it on both sides. And we're going to do this outer third right here. Actually, let's just go to the whole outside edge. I feel like let's give a good foundation to that darker purple. All the way. Excuse me. And again, we're going all the way up to the top of that brow bone up here. And how do you know when you've gone far enough? All right. So when you open your eyes, you want to see that shadow above the fold of your eye. So if you open your eye and you can't see that shadow color, just go ahead and go back in and raise it up just a little bit. Correct. You want to be able to see it? Right. Just above there. Right. Okay, we're going to dust off any of that. Now we're going to grab an angled brush. So that is going to be, this one here, I believe is a MAC. Yeah. Angled brush here. It's kind of a flat brush, but it goes like that. So we're going to be using this flat tip here. And that is going to be in this dark shade right here. This is what we're going to use to accent and to add depth and dimension to the outside of the look that we're doing today. So we don't need to overload this brush. We just need a couple of little swipes on it so we get enough on there to be able to give that depth and dimension. So we're going to go right up on where the pink and the purple are meeting here. And then we're going to come right down along that lash line there. So right here. And then right in here. There you go. We're going to come just a little bit past where we added that medium. So it blends over onto that lighter color just a smidge. There you go. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to reverse the brush and just kind of hit that outside corner. There you go. I'm just going to blend that out a little bit, add that depth into. So you can see what a difference that makes between the one side and the other side. So now that we've got that side done, you're just going to do that exact same thing on the other side. So again, using the flat side of the brush, giving it a couple of sweeps, we're going to go from halfway to the outside edge. Then a couple times loaded from the outside edge to just past the middle on the bottom there. We're going to keep that brush reversed and work that outside corner a little bit. Okay, give a step back. Make sure you have adjusted both of those sides to be even to each other. We don't want one side darker than the other. So look back just a little bit. I'm going to put a little more right here. There we go. And then you can see right now what we've got is kind of well, not kind of, there is a line between the dark that we put on and then that light pink that we started out with. So grab your all over brush that you had and you're just going to go, I'm just going to use that pointy tip to blend between those two spots right there. You're just going over that area a little bit just with a light touch. And we're just going to blend those two together. And you can see how that softens it, but it allows you to keep that dimension. There you go. All right. So, so pretty, so pretty. So I told you I added a couple of other things to my tabletop here. We'll see yet if we're going to use those or not. So right now we are going to take a little bit of a turn to our eyeliner. I'm going to use the NYX retractable eyeliner. This is in the color black. And this is just going to kind of set a foundation of the eyeliner. Then we'll go back in with a liquid liner to more fine tune. So we're going to go from the outside edge here to the inside, just a little bit past the middle. There you go. And let me get this out of my way here. There we go. Same thing on the other side here, outside edge. Right along that lash line, just a little bit past the middle there. There we go. Then we're going to add a little dimension to our bottom eye area here. So we're going to go from the outside edge here to about halfway. Just a nice thin line. Okay. Going to use our brush. Let's see if we got any fallout from that darker color. Now we're going to fine tune just a tiny bit. So grab you your eyeliner brush and we're going to get into that dark purple that we had. Well, actually, let's start out in the medium one. So we're going to do this one right here. We're going to go to the, just give it a couple of swipes like this, just the flat top. Going to work from the outside edge right on that eyeliner. Just go right on top of it. Same thing on the other side. And you're going to right about where that eyeliner ends. And then you can just kind of blend it out a smidge. Just use the side of that brush. You don't need extra shadow on it. Just blend out what you already got up on there. Okay, now we're going to move to this color right here. That's what we use for the lighter shade. Going to go from the inside corner and meet that darker color. Whoops. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to take the brush and I'm going to go in the darker color we've got here. Just give it a couple swipes and right on the outside corner, just on that outside corner there, I'm just going to hit that very corner and then up into the upper lid. right. I feel like it's blended nicely, so I think I'm going to leave well enough alone. I know, it's so not like me, right? Okay, so just going to give a couple taps here because I got a little allergy thingy happening. There we go. Now, on the inside, you know what? I'm going to do one little tiny thing. I know. You expect it. Okay, so this is the Urban Decay. This is the, oh gosh, what is this one called? Glam Rock. Okay, so this is a glitter liner. This is called Glam Rock. We're just going to take that and we're just going to put it right here in the middle. There you go. Just a tiny, tiny bit of it. There you go. Just going to blend that out just a little bit. Work it around the inside corner here. And then just a little bit down onto that lower. There you go. Okay, as long as we've got this out, you want me to show you something fun? Okay, here we go. So we've got a touch of that little silver liner happening on our eyes right now, right? Okay, this is how you take your lip, which is amazing right now, but take it to a wow. We're going to take this and we're going to line the outside edge of your lips. Hang with me. I'm telling you, every time I do this, I get so many compliments about it. Okay, but you can't talk while you're doing it. So here we go. Yes, it does take a little bit of a steady hand. You're just riding that brush right along that lip line. So if you missed covering up any of your lip liner, you ain't got to worry about it because this is totally going to cover it up. Okay, other side. Okay, how fun is that? Now we're going to do the bottom. Okay, can you see that? So cute. Okay, so now we got a little touch of something extra on there. Totally optional. You don't have to do this at all. If you have any kind of a shimmery liner, yeah, my opinion is if it's meant for your face, it's meant for your face. So that's an eyeliner, but use it in a little bit different way and just kind of add a little sparkle. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at it in the mirror or the video camera. So cute. Okay, so whatever your brow product is of choice that you're going to be using right now, whether you're using MAC, Anastasia, you've got Benefit, whatever that is, this is where you're going to use your brow product now. For me, Fashion Colored Hair, got that pink going on. I am using, oh, what is this? This is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil Crayon in Cupcake. This is actually meant to be an eyeshadow or an eyeliner. Again, good for the face, good for the face. So I'm going to be using this as my brow product. You need any help at all with your brows. Shape is wrong, don't know how to shape, don't know how to use a brow product, new to brow products, whatever the case may be. Come and see my girl Olivia. She can get you hooked up, get your brows shaped, tweezed, waxed, lamination, tinted, whatever. She's got you covered for your brow. So come in and see Olivia. So we are going to work that brow product now. Filling in what it is that you have and giving an illusion of what it is that you don't have. My brow is a little bit short, so we're going to expand it out just a little bit there. They're also a little bit thin, so we're going to blend that out a little bit there. There you go. All right. Whatever you did on that side, just move it over and do it on the other side. Here we go. I know some of you like brow setters. Some of you are using, like a brow mascara. Some of you like pencils, microfiller pens, whatever it is. This is what you're going to do here. And yes, that is true. No, it is not that I excessively tweezed my hair. I just didn't get hair. So one day, as thin brows come back, because they are going to come back, I will have you covered and you'll be having to wax obsessively. So I'm just waiting my turn. Okay, give a step back. Make sure you've got your brows ending at the same spot. They're beginning at the same spot. They're about the same thickness. You filled in any spots that you got. And when you feel that you are ready to go, we're going to move on to our mascara. So, and our lashes. So for today, I am going to be putting on a false lash. So super excited to be stepping back to one of my favorites. But first, the mascara. So we're going to start out with the Bad Gal Bang. And we're going to be using the Tweezer Man Lash Curler. So things I love about this lash curler, as well as the Tarte one, the rubber thing on this keeps you from being able to pinch your eyelid. I don't know how it works. It just does. I'm not saying you can't pinch your eyelid. I'm just saying it makes it more difficult, and I have not experienced that. So we are going to let our verse scroll around to the beginning. So it gives you just a couple of seconds to get that lash curler in place. When you crimp it down, you do not want it pinching your eyelid at all. We do not want to pull out lash hairs. We're just trying to curl it. So you're going to get that thing in place and then pull it out just a smidge until when you crimp it, it does not pinch. And let me get to where I can see the verse. There we go. I'm going to wait till that kind of scrolls around. So get your lash curler exactly where you want it. There we go. We just need to wait for that verse to come around. Okay, and let it go. Okay, here you go. Ready, go. Pinch or squeeze. If you don't know what you're doing, pray to the Father. He loves to help. You'll get his help and won't be condescended to when you ask for it. Ask boldly, believingly, without a second thought. People who worry their prayers are like wind-whipped waves. Don't think you're going to get anything from the master that way, adrift at sea, keeping all your options open. James 1, 5-8. I told you we were going to get a good curl today. Okay, so get the other side ready. Okay, let's wait till that scrolls around. I'm going to let it get about halfway and then do it together. All right, here we go. If you don't know what you're doing, pray to the Father. He loves to help. You'll get his help and won't be condescended to when you ask for it. Ask boldly, believingly, without a second thought. There we go. People who worry their prayers are like wind-whipped waves. Don't think you're going to get anything from the master that way. Adrift at sea, keeping all your options open. James 1, 5-8. Okay, great curl this week. Let me assure you. So we're still going to be using false lash. So here we go. Again, Bad Gal Bang. And we are going to do one coat on the top lashes just so that when we put the false ones in, they're going to blend out nicely. If you've got black lashes, you can totally just bypass this step. I did not get gifted with those. All right. So just a one coat of mascara here. Making sure we cover all the lashes. Here you go. And then on the other side, same thing. Beautiful. Just a nice from root to tip cover there. And now we're going to catch the bottom lashes. Now the bottom lashes in what we're doing today are not going to get any kind of falsy thing on there. So we're going to make sure that we give a good coverage on the bottom lashes so that they can be definitely visible and balance out what we're going to get from that false lash on the top one there. So I'm going to be using a magnifying mirror here. You do whatever you need to do to be able to see. I know it's like a giant catch-22. Maybe it's just me. But you put the contacts in, then you can see far away, but then you can't see anything close up. Then if you put the glasses on, but then you have to take them off to put your makeup on, then you can see close up, but you can't see far away. There isn't a perfect happy medium here. Maybe it's just me. Okay. No, I'm seeing several of you agreeing with me here. I know, getting old is not for the faint of heart. Okay. Making sure we catch those bottom lashes, catch all of those, give a nice coverage. Again, you want to go from root to tip. And just to make sure they're nice and balanced, I'm just going to go back over one more time. And the Bad Gal Bang is a water-resistant mascara, not a waterproof, but it's not going to go anywhere if you were to like cry or get wet or anything like that. If you went swimming, it would kind of fade away eventually, in which case you would need like a waterproof mascara. But this one does really nice. You don't need anything special to take it off, so it works really, really well in that respect. So I did see close up. I got a little bit of follow-up. There we go. And yes, you are absolutely correct. What did I skip? I skipped the liquid eyeliner because we are doing false lashes. So we're going to grab our liquid eyeliner. No reason why we can't put that on now. And we're just going to give a nice fine line from the inside edge to the outside edge. This is just going to give us a nice smooth line. It is going to fill in any gaps that might happen when we lay our lashes down. And then over here on this side. Yes, I do see that. I touched my... There we go. You know, your mirror has these different settings on it where it gives you different light. You know, you've got the blue light, which is more of a natural full spectrum lighting, which is what we're looking at right now. If you touch it again, you've got a little bit of kind of an incandescent sort of yellow light, and you can see what we're looking at now. Kind of brings it down a little bit, gives it a little bit of a yellow cast. And then you've got another setting here, which is definitely more yellow. That's giving us more of, kind of a gold cast to it, warming it up just a little bit. Yeah, here we go. Back to the full spectrum lighting. You know, always fun, always fun. Okay. So I am going to dab just the outside corner of my eye a little bit because I got that eye watering thing happen again. And now we are going to jump into some fun with our Zaria lashes. And that is these bad boys right here. Got a little tiny bit of a flare on them. So you can see the lashes are a little bit smaller on the inside edge, a little wider on the outside edge. So you can completely see which direction the lashes need to go when you put them on. These are are these the medium? Yeah, these are a medium volume lash. They're kind of straddling on the edge of a low and medium volume. I like a nice full lash. But I don't want it to be like, wow, there's my lashes, then there's my body. So we're going to take our lash tool, which is the velour lash tweezer here. That is going to let us really get a good hold on those lashes so that while we're putting everything on, it's going to be secure. So I am going to be using the 18-hour Allure lash glue. If you have not trimmed your lashes yet, or you're new to lashes, you're going to dry fit your lashes. So just take your tool, kind of set the lashes there, see where it goes. If you need to trim it all, which most people do, you're going to trim from the outside edge of the lash. Better to trim just a little bit and then, keep cutting more. Once you cut it down, you can't paste it back on. And then, once you feel like you've got it just about right, you'll be good to go. I will tell you that when you put your lashes on, if you feel any kind of like pinching on the inside edge, it's one of two things. So the first thing is you need to trim a little bit more off. Your lashes are just a little bit too long, or you did not sufficiently cover the glue on the inside edge and you're getting that pinching from the lashes having let loose on the inside corner. Could be either one of those two things. So we are going to use our Allure. This has a nice little kind of a paddle on it. we're going to hit the top edge of those lashes, making sure we thoroughly get that covered. And then we're going to do just the inside edge of that band on the back side. I need to tip it towards me so I can see it. And then we're going to make sure we get those outside corners. So your lashes should be fully covered. That way when we get them on, you are all adhesived up. We're going to set that down with the curl touching the desktop and move to the other lash. So same thing on this one. We're going to get the top edge here. And then lash glue again. And then we're going to catch the inside edge of that lash band so that it stays nice and secure. And you want to make sure that this one comes out and it's a white color. If you have any kind of latex allergy at all, which is weird because I don't on my body, but I do on my eyes with sensitivity with lashes. So if you're using a black lash glue and you're finding your eyes watering or itching or having any kind of problem, you too, my friend, are probably allergic to latex, because just about every lash adhesive that is black has latex in it. I don't know the scientific reason for why that is, but there you go. It just is. So now we've let the lashes sit just long enough. We are going to grab the first lash that we put that adhesive on, and we're going to grab it in the middle, and we are going to set it on the proper eye, right in the middle where the lash is meeting your skin. Then we're going to grab the inside edge here, touch that down. And actually, I'm going to need my magnifier because I can't really see very well. There we go. And then we're going to grab the outside edge and just make sure that that is touching our eyelid as well. Now, if you get any adhesive on your tool, you're just going to take your tissue that you've got sitting in your lab and you're just going to wipe that off and then keep going. Okay, so where's my magnifier? There we go. I'm going to get to the inside edge. It is lifted a little bit as we were working on that other side. Just touch it back down again and you should be good to go. There we go. And we're going to use the pointy just to work our lashes into the lash there. There you go. If you need to adjust, you've got a few seconds that you can do that. Just adjust as you need. And again, we're making sure especially the ends are touched. Then we're just going to press in on the rest of it. Make sure that we've got a good contact with our skin there. There you go. Now, stop and take a look for just a second. So as you look, you've got one eye with the lash on, one with the lash off. You can see how much more open my eye looks that has the lash on it versus the one that doesn't. Now, these again are a medium volume, so you've got a pretty good amount of volume. I just love these though because they're very natural. You've got short and long lengths in there. Also because you got a little bit of flare, it looks more like what your natural lash would look like. So that's just a couple of reasons why this particular Zaria is my favorite. So the other lash we've got going on now, we are going to pick it up. Again, we're picking it up in the middle. And we are going to set that down right in the middle of our eyelid there. Right where your lash is meeting the skin. You should feel it touch your skin. We're going to grab the outside edge here. Set it down. Make sure it's touching the skin of your eyelid. Going to grab the inside edge here. Make sure that's touching the inside edge of your eyelid. There you go. Taking the tip, we're just going to work our lashes in. And then we're just going to kind of press it down, making sure everything is touching where it should be. And then again, you have a couple of seconds to kind of adjust and play with it. You should not feel any like poking and stuff. Now, I will say if you're working with a new pair of lashes, every once in a while, no matter what lash brand you're using, you may notice that on the inside edge, there'll be just a little tiny nub. This little nub will be the bane of your existence if you don't trim it off. This is one reason why I love the velour lash scissors because, well, minus the hair that's on the tip of that, because this has such a fine point on it, you can trim off those little nubs and keep those from poking and becoming irritating. So new lashes, two things: trim the nub off the inside if it's there. Second thing is trim from the outside edge and do a dry fit before you actually put the lash on. So there is no reason though, if you get the lash on and you're just like thoroughly irritated and annoyed, just pull the lashes off, give them a minute for it to dry, put it back on again. No reason why you can't do that. All right. So last thing that we have to do is we are going to be setting our makeup. Now I'm using the Urban Decay. This is the all-nighter setting spray, and this is the D-Slick. So this one is good for if you have combo or oily skin. You're going to use this to help control that oil. Like I said, setting spray can have hydration in it. Setting spray can also have SPF. It can have give you a glow, a dewy finish if that's what you want. There's tons of things to choose from. So Urban Decay D-Slick is what I'm using today. Just give it a couple of shakes, and then we're going to spray that down. Fan that down. Let that dry just a little bit. This is going to set your makeup so that it's going to stay where it's supposed to. You're not going to experience any sliding. It's going to help extend the wearability of your foundation, help it to become more transfer proof. Although in my experience, nothing is absolutely 100% transfer proof. If you're going to go rubbing your face on somebody while you're giving them a hug, it's just going to happen. But this will definitely reduce the possibilities of that for sure. So I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It has been a joy to spend some time with you. I look forward to chatting with you throughout the week on social media. Better yet, my store in Midlothian, Texas. Come and see me. So again, we are just going to review our Bible verses that we have going on. So I'm going to turn that off right there. And then let's go back all the way to verse 1. So verse 1, James, I am a slave of the slave of God and the Master Lord Jesus, writing to the 12 tribes scattered to kingdoms come. Hello. That's James 1:1. Then we got our second week, which is the week we just finished. And I've already confessed that I didn't get it memorized so well. So we're going to read it together. If you got it memorized, girl, close your eyes and say it with me. Here we go. Consider it a sheer gift, friends, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides. You know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything prematurely. There we go. Let it do its work so you become mature and well-developed, not deficient in any way. And that was James 1:2-4. And I'll be working on that more diligently this week. All right. And then our verse for this week, it's also going to be on 2 screens as well. If you don't know what you're doing, pray to the Father. He loves to help. You'll get his help and won't be condescended when you ask for it. Ask boldly, believingly, without a second thought. People who worry their prayers are like wind-whipped waves. Don't think you're going to get anything from the master that way. Adrift at sea, keeping your options open. James 1:5-8. And so, like I said, all of our scriptures from season 2 are going to be coming from TBD. Hopefully I'll have something to share with you in the next couple of days about that as I continue to work and get that done for you. So you can find a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus on your favorite podcast platform, including Apple Podcasts, Podbean, my YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook. You get it. Alrighty, so let me send us out with a blessing this week. And you know how much I love scripture and song. So although my voice is a little grainy this morning, we are just going to sing it together. So if you know it, belt it out with me. You ready? The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift his face toward you and give you peace. Heavenly Father, how much I thank you so much for all of the women who have hung out with me this morning as we celebrate you, as we worship you, as we enjoy beauty on the outside, but much more importantly, beauty on the inside. Father, I pray that you would help us, and me especially this week, that to be diligent about memorizing your word, Father, that you would be with us, you would guide us, and you would give us the brain power to be able to memorize the book of James during season 2. Father, I just pray this week that you would bless each one of these people, whether they're joining me here live, watching this later on, in America, not in America, wherever they are, Father, that you would give them a special blessing, give them a special extra measure of memorization and brain power this week. Heavenly Father, I just thank you and praise you and bless them this week. In Jesus' name, amen. Well, it has been a joy to hang out with you. I hope that you have a beautiful week this week. God bless you. Love you. Mwah. Until next time.